Hey, welcome in everyone to the very first ever episode of All Things Equal. My name is Jasen Dutch, and the curtain is now up. And now you can see me. Hope you're not disappointed in the visuals. So some of you may know me from Voice from the Underground, the podcast. My name, again, is Jasen Dutch. I am one of three co-hosts on said podcast, along with TJ John Stone and Big Haas. So I wanted to take a minute today and talk about the launch of this new web program that I'm going to be delving into here going forward, and basically just let you guys know a little bit about what it is. So this is going to be episode 1 of the new web series. It's called All Things Equal. I've been thinking about doing this for a while. I tried doing it last night as a live stream, but unfortunately here in Bakersfield, California, the internet is kind of, 100 MPS. Makes for some choppy video. So we'll see in the future if I can do better live streams. Maybe I can do it from my phone or something. But nonetheless, this one is being uploaded. So like I said, this is going to be a housekeeping episode. Just want to talk about what I'm going to do on this show, which is more or less going to be a complement to the Voice from the Underground podcast, where we like to talk about, social issues, politics, and also a lot of pop culture items. And we try to make that show a forum for people to, who may have different views to come in and to talk about those views. And, we'll promote movies and actors and politicians. We've had all types of amazing guests on that show. Mediums, ghost hunters, phone sex operators. I mean, you name it, we've had them on the show. But this is not that. This is me talking stuff. Now, I'm going to try not to swear on this show too often, but can't make any promises. So the punchline for this show is socio-political and pop culture ramblings with Jasen Dutch from Voice from the Underground. Now, what I'm going to do is in the coming weeks, I'm going to pick a topic. Usually it's going to be a social issue or a political issue, though from time to time I do reserve the right to talk about pop culture. For example, this recent Sony and Disney BS with my Spider-Man really ticked me off, and had this show been out last week, that definitely would have been something that I would have freaking talked about. But I'm going to put some some of my, basically like a prospectus, some opinion journalism more or less on some hot button political topics. I will be talking about immigration. I will be talking about the wall. I will be talking about, I think I'll go over the Kavanaugh, Christine Blasey Ford situation, Trump, of course, the Democratic debates, progressives, gun control, abortion, kneeling for the anthem, racism for sure. Whatever news item might be coming up that particular week. Definitely religion will be something that I talk about. That's something I've focused a lot of my life on. And I'm going to try to keep these short. So I'm going to try to keep these videos between 7 and 15 minutes at the top end and the bottom end, because I know people have a limited amount of attention span these days, myself very much included in that. So I hope that you guys enjoy this. I'm going to talk about a lot of hot button stuff. Hopefully most of this stuff that I talk about is going to be relatively robust as far as its shelf life and sticking around for a while. Live video is something new for me, more into the podcasting aspect where, if I cough, I can go back and edit that cough out. But in this video medium, that's probably not going to happen as much, so might be a little bit more real, I guess. So I am going to talk about, like I said, a lot of things that I think are important, and I'm going to talk about them from what I feel is a centrist point of view. Now, one thing I will cover on this episode is my idea of centrism. And I'll talk about this more at length, but just in a nutshell for today, I'll probably do a whole show on centrism. Because centrism doesn't necessarily mean to me not picking a side. I know, especially on the left, they will say, oh, you're centrist. You can't make up your mind. You're actually a conservative. But it's funny, the conservatives call me a libtard. The idea of a centrist to me is real simple. I mean, I could be a centrist who believes that we should have, say, for example, I'm in favor of no wall, but at the same time, I'm in favor of guns and I'm pro-life. Well, another centrist could be in favor of high taxes, but against, and also pro-choice, but also could be very anti-immigration. Because what a centrist does is, a centrist, to my eye at least, we think with our heart and with our brain, and we look at facts, and we say, okay, this is, on this particular stance, this is where I'm going to sit. Not my party is here, so therefore there I shall also go because I'm a member of that tribe and I have to support that tribe at the risk of death. Not going to play that game. I don't care what the freaking tribe does. So if you have comments on this video or comments on anything that I talk about in the future, definitely feel free to post those, and I'll either follow up to them on the podcast or on a subsequent episode of All Things Equal, this show, which obviously you know the name because you're listening to it right now. So I really appreciate it, guys. I'm really, really excited about this. I'm really looking forward to it. I know that the video resolution on my computer is not exactly high def, it doesn't seem, but that's what I have for now. So you would think this expensive computer would have a better freaking camera, but it doesn't. So, but I think it's all right, and maybe we'll upgrade that in the future if people like this. If you want to check me out online, you can follow me on Twitter at Dutch, D-U-T-C-H, Jasen, J-A-S-E-N-E for extraordinary. Remember that. Or you can check out the podcast Instagram at VFU Podcast. That's VFU as in Voice from the Underground Podcast. On Instagram, you can also check out our Facebook page, Voice from the Underground Media. And it's voice from, not of. Remember, voice from the underground. Again, this is Jasen Dutch. Thank you for tuning in to this nonsensical housekeeping episode where I am basically foreshadowing the shenanigans that are to come in the future. I really appreciate everybody tuning in, and I look forward to talking to you guys again real soon. So thanks, guys.